stories fade with time, buried beneath silence, lost in forgotten files, or dismissed as mysteries that will never be solved. But behind every case is a voice that was never heard, a truth still waiting in the dark. This channel is dedicated to the victims, the unanswered questions, and the stories that refuse to disappear. Because somewhere, someone still knows what happened. Welcome to Cries Unheard in the Darkness. In 1977, the world felt smaller. In Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the biggest worry for a parent was whether their child would come home with a scraped knee or a sunburned nose after a week at summer camp. But on June 13th, that sense of security didn't just break, it was shattered. The Oklahoma Girl Scout murders didn't just end the lives of 3 girls, they fundamentally changed the way people viewed the great outdoors and the safety of their children. To understand the horror of June 13th, we have to look back 2 months prior. During an on-site training session at Camp Scott, a counselor returned to her cabin to find her belongings ransacked. It seemed like petty theft, until she found the box. Inside, scrawled in chilling capital letters, was a note. It didn't just threaten, it specified. It claimed a mission to kill 3 girls in Tent 1. At the time, the camp director dismissed it. In the 70s, stranger danger wasn't a household term yet. They called it a prank. They threw the note away. But Tent 1 of the Kiowa unit, the most isolated unit in the camp, was exactly where the story leads. Sunday, June 12th. Lori Lee Farmer, Doris Denise Miller, and Michelle Heather Guse are sharing tent number 7. It's a thunderstorm-heavy night. Because of the weather, the camp is noisier than usual, the wind masking the sound of footsteps on the forest floor. Tent number 7 was 86 yards from the counselor's tent. In the dark, and through the rain, it might as well have been miles. Around 2:30 a.m., a local landowner near the camp hears something unusual, the sound of heavy traffic on a remote, muddy road. He doesn't think much of it until the next morning. By then, the silence at Camp Scott would be deafening. At 6 a.m., the discovery is made. The counselor finds the girls on a trail leading to the showers, 150 yards from their tent. The scene is a nightmare of contradictory clues. A large red flashlight was found resting on the bodies. A smudge on the lens suggests a fingerprint, but 1970s technology couldn't pull a clean ID. A size 9.5 shoe print is found in the blood inside the tent. And the medical examiners confirm a harrowing combination of bludgeoning, strangulation, and assault. The brutality of the crime suggested someone who didn't just want to kill, but someone who knew the layout of the camp perfectly. Someone who could navigate the woods in a pitch-black thunderstorm. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation quickly zeroed in on Gene Leroy Hart. He was a local Cherokee man who had escaped jail 4 years earlier. His record included kidnapping and assault. The manhunt lasted nearly a year. Hart was a survivalist. He knew the caves, the brush, and the riverbeds. To some locals, he became a Robin Hood figure, a man they believed was being framed by a vengeful police force. To the victims' families, he was a monster hiding in the shadows. When he was finally caught in 1978, the state thought they had a slam-dunk case. But the courtroom would tell a different story. In 1979, despite the sheriff's 1,000% certainty, the jury acquitted Hart. The evidence was seen as too circumstantial. Hart died of a heart attack shortly after, and for 40 years the case sat cold. But science doesn't forget. In 2022, Mays County Sheriff Mike Reed released the findings of a $30,000 DNA project. The results. The DNA profile from the scene strongly suggests Hart's involvement. While the law can't convict a dead man, the science has effectively closed the book for investigators. Camp Scott never welcomed another camper. The Girl Scouts of the USA changed their security protocols nationwide. And while Gene Leroy Hart never faced a second trial, the names of Lori, Doris, and Michelle live on through the activism of their parents. They remind us that the truth has a long memory, even if it takes 40 more years to emerge from the shadows of the Oklahoma woods. If you have any information regarding this case, please contact the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. Thanks for listening to Cries, Unheard in the Darkness. If this story stayed with you, you're not alone. Like and subscribe, because the darkness always has more to say. Until next time, listen carefully.